A very special ATC exclusive from the one and only Khujo Goodie, coming through on so many dope levels. We have a new album officially titled Lock in the Date. It is crazy exciting. We also have a bunch of new music to go over. Yes, we're talking about Atlanta culture, hip hop, so much. Goodie Mob, yes, so much. Let's jump right into the Q&A. We do want to talk about, of course, the Boy Stop It record, right? But really, before we even get into that, I got to know, where is this seemingly out of nowhere hunger come from, man? I know you've always had it in you, and you even put out the record Still in Me, man, which pretty much speaks to the point that I'm getting at. But man, yo, Khujo, are we gonna blame it or maybe credit COVID? What was it? Because I know you were on a tear of like putting out, producing music, getting this music out to the masses. Where did all this come out of?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna say it stems from the last album I dropped, which was it was called Echoes of a Legend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I had people like Big Mike on there, Daz Dillinger, you know what I'm saying, Be Real from Cypress Hill, and I had Goodie Mob on there. So man, that just kind of made me feel so good, man, that I was able to even reach out to those brothers and then they, you know what I'm saying, they saw fit to do music with me, man. So that was very inspiring, man, and very motivational, man. And then we were supposed to be doing a tour, 2020, and then the pandemic had hit.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we was all forced to be at one place at one time. So we was riding on our 25th year anniversary of Soul Food album. So I was like, I brought it to the show. I was like, man, what would be a great gift, man, to give our fans, just to give them another Goodie Mob album, you know what I mean? So, man, we came up with the title Survival Kit. You know, we went in with Organized Noise, went in with Big Boy, and we reached out to Andre 3000, man, and we got that business done. So, man, that was even more motivation, man, just to keep going and just knowing that, you know, the hip hop is not all about it's not all about an age thing anymore, man. You got people like LL Cool J and JD being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man. So, man, that's just more incentive, man. And I'm just going at it like, man, tomorrow ain't promised, man. Because, you know, as we can see, man, we losing some of our young artists, you know what I'm saying, almost every day.
Yep.
You know, some of our older artists, you know what I'm saying, we losing them. So, man, I got a family, you know what I mean? And God forbid anything happens to me, man, I would like for my music to be out, opposed to somebody trying to go into my computer and find out what my password is, and, you know, trying to throw music out, man. So yeah, man, I'm just staying in my lane, man, and I'm just working with what I got. And I just appreciate the acknowledgement, man, because it looks like that's what I'm on. It looks like I'm on a tear, man.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? It's just to represent my generation of music, you know what I'm saying? Just like what guys like Lil Baby and the Migos and Gunna and them, what they represent for their generation right now, they're going even harder. They know they're making even more money. You know, so my thing is just still reach out to my fans and be able to be there for them where they look and like, man, I need some new music for one of my favorite artists, man. You know what I'm saying, man? What's up? What Khujo doing? And just to be able to hit that button and be able to see a video and see new music coming out, and that's almost rap and roll to me, man. You know what I mean?
Nah, I love Khujo, and it's funny because a lot of people that I talk to, and I'm out here in the New York area, and I tell you, I've never seen as much traffic and craziness as ever, man. I think that whole like people were out at the movie theaters look like they were done before COVID even happened, and now like, man, you got theaters selling out. People, I think that quarantine like forced people to stay inside, and fortunately for Atlanta, you guys got to get out before we did, right? But all in all, people just want to. People want to go to concerts. People want to see Khujo in person. Like, oh man, I realize I can't go to a concert. I want to see Khujo and the Goodie Mob and Dungeon Family all together, and that's why I'm just like, man, like that energy seems like it's just ignited crazy right now.
Hey man, that's what music does, man. Like when you think about all these genres of music, man, especially like rock and roll, man, when people go out and see their favorite group, man, like, man, we was on the road with Erykah Badu and Scarface and Talib Kweli, and then we was in the same place with the Rolling Stones.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, their following is like cults. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is when it's time, when they ready to, when they look over and say, "Man, I need something from my favorite band, man. What y'all got for me?" You know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, we got something, and it just brings everybody out. You know, when people been in for a while, man, and then it's just, and then they get out, it just be an overflow sometimes. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's like that, man. Music is a great outlet, man. You know what I'm saying? A stress reliever, recreational. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. It's been like that, man, since day one.
No, absolutely. Yo, Khujo, let me ask you, when did actually the concept of Boy Stop come about? Because I love it because it's pretty much it's an audio smack in your face. I take it all the way back in the day, like when Roy Jones was on, like, yo, I must have forgot. It's basically like reminding people, like, yo, I'm still here, and don't forget who really influenced everything that's happening right now. And I love how direct it is, man. So just definitely talk about putting that together.
Man, Boy Stop is definitely like a staple slang, you know what I'm saying, down here in the
Yeah.
South. Like almost like, you know what I'm saying, if you know what I'm saying, if you think he can do out, if you think he can rap better than you, man, boy, stop. Not with all this 26 years of experience, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? It's just and I like how you said it's direct and it's subtle because like I just really been putting it on like Instagram, just the little first part, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Just the Boy Stop part, man, and it's just a statement, you know what I mean? It's like, man, stop, you know what I mean? Chill out, but you don't know what you're talking about. This is what it is right here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Khujo Goodie, man. I'm out of Goodie Mob. I'm talking about Dungeon Family.
Yep.
And then right now, as you know, it's time out for being Mr. Nice Guy. You know what I'm saying? It's a perfect time for not being Mr. Nice Guy right now because, you know, underground rap is still here. You know what I mean? Underground hip hop is still here, man, and people still want that raw, man, how you feeling type of thing. You know what I mean? And I got to shout out Big K Slay, DJ K Slay, man. He premiered both of my songs on Say 45 on his Street Sweeper radio,
Mm-hmm.
and I was listening to it from top to bottom, and I just seen the content that was on before me and after me, and it's all about, you know what I'm saying, people just represent, you know what I mean, Sheik Luke, Snoop Dogg, I'm talking about Short Dog, man, Papoose.
Mm-hmm.
People just they still represent, man. This is still hip hop is still in them, man. This is still what they do, regardless if they don't have a Grammy or they ain't sold like 20 million records. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Real grassroots artists that's still out here and still doing it.
No, absolutely, man. And you know what? Of course, I'm going to get into some of the other newer things going on with you, man. But just the Goodie Mob legacy within itself. I'm always curious, when I have the opportunity to speak to legends, man. Legendary artists, legendary groups, and whatnot. I'm just kind of curious for you, Khujo. What's the biggest thing that you take away about the legacy, man? Is it? And this might even relate directly to you. Is it the longevity? Is it just how the classic records? Is it showing that while there is unity, you look at Dungeon Family and what you guys all did as and continue to do as a collective. Just kind of what does that Goodie Mob brand really mean to you at the end of the day?
Man, it's a little bit of all of that, man.
Mm-hmm.
When Goodie Mob was inducted into the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, that was big. You know what I mean? That's almost like, okay, we're being represented. You know what I'm saying? It started off at your hometown first. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big recognition for us to let us know that the things that we did to get to where we are now. You know what I mean? That wasn't in vain. So it's still hope for an induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep doing it. And another big thing I take away from it is that when we walk it, we meet our fans and they be like, yo, man, my mom or my daddy turned me on to you guys when I was like 7 years old or something like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, they're still listening. So that's always a great thing, man. And then that you inspire other artists too that's coming along behind you. You know what I mean? Like Goodie Mob inspired the Futures. You know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
TIs. You know what I mean? the Little Johns, you know what I mean? The trap music, the snap music, you know what I mean? We definitely had an influence in some of that, man. So that also makes you feel good that, you know what I mean, your work, that your body work that you put out not only sustains you, you know what I mean, it also, you know what I'm saying, push the envelope to make the culture more valuable, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely, man. As you're talking, I'm just thinking about, I'm even making a comparison to like the NBA 2K games where they got like legendary teams and whatnot. And because the reason I say that though, Khujo, is because I think about like Goodie Mob, and I'm not gonna name drop other brand or not brands, but groups and whatnot. But there have been those groups that they may put out one or two albums. Members broke up, blah 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 blah,
Right.
and like for that Goodie Mob legacy, and we talk about Outkast, of course, and Organized
Yeah.
Noise. It's just, man, that brand is so iconic, and I mean, it's just the legacy is there, man. It's just so amazing that there's no bad blood. You guys are able to still reconnect, and like you said, with Survival Kit, coming at a time when music has been needed more than ever. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just so amazing.
Yeah, true that. But yeah, man, yeah, it's definitely a blessing, man, that you know what I'm saying, four black men could still, you know what I'm saying, hit each other up on the phone and laugh all day for hours on the phone. I mean, for hours before the show, you know what I mean? Because, we all grew up together and we all had a common goal, man. That was to definitely represent Atlanta, Georgia, because the South was already on the map with Miami down there with Luther Campbell, you know what I'm saying? The South with Ghetto Boys and Rap a Lot, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely got to give a big up to L.A. Reid and Babyface with the Face Records, because if it weren't for that major record label setting up shop in Atlanta, Georgia, we'd probably be talking about something different, or we probably wouldn't even be talking, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely, man. And one thing that I really want to throw your way as well, Khujo, is just the importance of relationships, man, in general. Because as you mentioned a few moments ago about Echoes of a Legend, man. I was listening to that on acapella. I know you put out the acapella version of it, and just hearing like "Be Real" of Cypress Hill, man, and just all those voices, those iconic voices on there. And I'm just kind of curious, as you progress, and there's a group stuff, there's a solo stuff. Just how important is it maintaining those relationships, and how do you do it, man? Especially when the COVID thing or the pandemic was going at a all-time high. How do you keep tabs on people when you're not touring with them, and you're not seeing them on a daily basis?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Yeah, man. Just for instance, with Be Real, when we first came out, man, and came out to California, man, we made alliances with Cypress Hill. You know what I mean? Because for 1 minute, I mean, at one point, we'll land in California. We'll call Be Real up, man. He'll come pick us up from the airport. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to the spot where they got the Lolos, you know what I mean? And get tattoos with cartoon like to the sunset, you know what I mean? So that relationship been there, man. And then thanks to social media, man, you know what I mean? You could definitely reach out to them, man, and get new contacts on them and be like, look, Be Real, man, I'm doing an album, man. Would you mind jumping on it, man? Send it to me, you know what I mean? So that's the love right there, man. Especially when you get people that still still in them, you know what I mean? The hip hop is still in them, even though they got other joint ventures, with like Be Real got with the Cannibals, Dr. Green Thumb.
Yep.
But he still come back to his first love, which is music, you know what I mean? And that's where we are with it, man.
No, absolutely. And another key thing that I love just about what Goodie Mob represents is that Atlanta culture, man. Like you hear it, you're like, as far as hard as the bars are, you hear the hospitality in those lines too, man. Like it's just always a big respect thing. I smell the soul food in the background of the studio, man. Like I just kind of get those vibes, man. Especially whenever I hear a Goodie Mob or a Khujo verse, man. I'm just kind of curious. Just speak on the Atlanta culture, man, and how you've seen it just kind of grow over the years, and let's just say decades, especially, man. Just in the music industry, just relationships among other artists, specifically in Atlanta.
Yeah, man. Atlanta was definitely a special treasure, man. I like to say that was laying off in the field that you didn't really know it was there until you was really looking for it. You know what I mean? Like you know, after the Olympics had took off, you know what I mean, and people started looking down here to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The music scene was bubbling also down there. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely like to give credit to Shaquille Ali and the Hard Boys, and you know what I'm saying, Sammy Sam.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Raheem the Dream, and you know what I'm saying, and MC Shadi. You know what I mean? But definitely, man, Atlanta was a culture down here that was just ready to blossom, just ready for the whole world to hear and to see what type of flavor we had. You know what I mean? So just to be able to bring that to New York, you know what I mean, to California, and just trying to represent Atlanta as a whole, just to give Atlanta a music identity, man. Just trying hard as we can, you know what I mean? Just to make it easy for other groups to come behind us, to where it wouldn't take as much for them to break into the markets. You know what I mean? Because you know, New York, they had tough love for a long. You know what I mean? But if you couldn't make it up in New York at that time, you know what I mean, you just might as well start rapping. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And yo, Khujo, even New York artists don't get love in New York, man. Like, even the New York artists will tell you, I'm sure you've heard, man, they're like, yo, even like my own town and city, like, yo, it's one of those toughest markets, man. So it's not just the outsiders, man. Yo, New York artists will get booed, or not even booed, but just kind of those blank stares if they don't have that.
Man, I remember we went to the Apollo Goodie Mob, and that's when we had met Wu-Tang up there. Now, Wu-Tang was from Staten Island. They're not from New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're from the island, so they was booing them too.
Crazy.
And they was showing them tough love too. You know what I mean? But like I said, it didn't stop the Wu. You feel what I'm saying? It didn't stop them from Meth and Ghost and Ray and Master Killer and Killer Priest, Ugar, and Jizza and RZA didn't stop them from doing what they're doing. Just like, you know, it didn't stop Goodie from branching out and doing what, you know what I'm saying, doing what we did for hip hop.
Nah, definitely. And what I'm really curious about too, as well, just kind of speaking a little bit on that topic, Khujo, is, you know, what is it like to get that support from Atlanta? Like, is it Atlanta just because, you know, and I'll just take it back one step. A little bit further back, Khujo, how long has Atlanta been as hot as it's been, man? Because I'm telling you, New York, you know, you'll hear the expression, "Oh, yo, New York is back," because we've had those gaps in time where the music just wasn't on fire. And I cannot, you know, I want to say maybe, you know, the Outkast when Dungeon Family started really buzzing, and then like it was just an endless streak. Like, I don't recall a year, you know, whether it's 2 Chainz, whether it's Goodie Mob, whether it's Tip, whether it's, you know, Future, Young Thug. I mean, there's so many different types of Atlanta artists that I can't recall a year when you guys slipped up at all.
Man, but you know what? It's just like a baby New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause New York still is. It was the same way. You know what I mean? You got artists coming out of all the boroughs in New York, Queens. You know what I mean? Manhattan. I mean
Harlem.
Manhattan,
yep.
And you know what I mean? So it's like it was the same thing, but I'm not sure. Like I said, once we got record labels down here, you know what I mean? We got record labels that was able to connect with the West and connect with record labels up top with Def Jam. Because look, you got when Luda on Def Jam.
Yep.
I think that I'm not sure if 2 Chainz was on there or not. But
yep, he was.
You know what I mean? We got some. You know what I'm saying? You got some Southern artists that's up on Def Jam.
Jeezy. Yep.
New York. You know what I mean? So then with that happening, you got different producers coming from the South coming up to New York and kind of, you know what I'm saying, kind of partying together, you know what I mean? So I think that's what it is, man. Because you can't really shut the water off in several places, you know what I'm saying? Because you'll have leaks everywhere, you know what I mean? So I think with Atlanta, we was subject to work with anybody, you know what I mean? Anybody that had the same passion that we had. And I guess that was kind of cool, man, because across seas, man, they don't care. They just want to hear the hip hop, man. They just want to hear raw hip hop, man, what y'all doing in the States, you know what I mean? How y'all feeling politically, how y'all feeling, spiritually, man, what y'all party like, you know what I mean? That's all they want to hear, man.
Mm-hmm. Nah, definitely Khujo, and it's so dope, man, because there's so much culture in Atlanta. I remember, right during 2020, Ti got I don't want to call it slack, but I know when he was like, "Yo, Atlanta is our Wakanda," it's our Wakanda, and then actually recently, it's crazy. Young Thug actually said something similar, like, Atlanta is the rap game's Wakanda right now. So you keep on seeing these Wakanda references, but I got to tell you. I know New York artists, man, that have like packed their bags and just like live out of Atlanta. That's why those Hawks games are crazy, because you're seeing New York Knicks fans going crazy when the Knicks are in town, because a lot of people move from New York to Atlanta. It's a easygoing lifestyle. It's affordable. The food is amazing. The women are beautiful. There's so much to love about Atlanta.
But a lot of stuff done lighten up down south. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff is lighting up, man. You got cool ass white boys that love hip hop too.
Yep.
And you got cool ass black boys that love country music, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and rock and roll too, you know what I mean. So when it's time to do, when music and everything is there, you know what I mean, it's no barriers. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just about evolving. Things just evolving. It's either you know what I'm saying, respect the revolution, you know what I mean, and ride with it, and you know what I'm saying, when it's your time, you know what I'm saying, jump on in and like a jump rope, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and move in, because I like what New York is doing now, especially with Rock the Bells Radio.
Yep.
Where they got Roxanne Shante and DJ Cool V on there,
Mm-hmm.
and then got Grandmaster Cash and Shy Rock on there, you know what I mean, and then you got Bun B with Trill Radio, so you know what I mean, and Mr. C, so you know what I mean, it's getting better, man.
I love it.
It's getting better, and I love New York MCs, man, up top MCs, man, because that's the first thing I heard on the radio, you know what I mean, Curtis Blow and Fat Boys, and man, I mean, it goes on, man. I mean, wow.
Yo, for sure. Yo, Khujo, I know I said 10, 15 minutes, and I know, can you spare a few more minutes with me, man? Yeah? You got a few more minutes?
I spare a few more with you.
Okay, just a few more, man. We gotta just talk about, your videos, man. Especially I'm referring to Still in Me. I know I'm not gonna name drop any artists, but there's some artists that don't even come close to that 4K quality, man. Yo, is that coming out of pocket? You got some backup? How are you? I'm looking at the Still in Me video, and especially when we're running stories and whatnot, we always go for YouTube screenshots, and the crispiness of that 4K, man. Just talk about the importance of making sure that the quality lived up to your own expectations.
Man, I gotta give that credit to my homeboy, True Wealth, man. He's down here in Atlanta, man. True Wealth, man. He not only does visuals, man, with the videos, man, but the brother got talent with production, and the brother can sing, and he does like a thing on his page, man, on Mondays, where people can call in and send their music in, and let people hit their critique the music. So he was the one that really came up with the camera, because I was like, man, what kind of camera you got, man? He's like, oh man, I got a good camera now. I was like, okay, man, you know what I'm saying? I hope so. So he brought the camera, man, and I brought the visuals of, man, where to put it together, where to shoot it at, man. We sat down and we chopped that thing up, man, and now we're working on another one, man. I'm working on another one with another person that's shooting the videos, but yeah, that's my homeboy True Wealth right there with that 4K.
Yo, absolutely. And that's what I was talking about at the start of this conversation. Just, the nonstop grind. And I feel, all right, Khujo, Cat's got to be out of the bed, man. We got new songs, we got new videos. This feels like it's leading up to something bigger than just, hey, here's some new music. Is this all going to come together in some type of form that we can just listen to all at once?
Man, you know what? That's hard to say that, man, because at first I was just really just working with, you know what I'm saying, double barrel, man. One, another one. You know, like, man, when you look at it's a lot of competition out here, man, and I don't want to give people too much, but I don't want to give them too little either. But
okay,
but the nostalgia that's just been coming up, man. As far as people want to know, man, what's up, man? You gonna put an album out or something? But yeah, I'm thinking about not thinking about it. I'm dropping her album January 21st, 2022. And the title of it is gonna be called, man, The K Files, man.
The K Files, is that the letter K, K-A-Y, or K dash files?
Yeah, the K dash files.
Oh man.
The K Files, man. So, you know, I'm working with a little song, man. Like I said, man, it's no use to sitting having this music in your computer, man, and you just listening to it, man. Nah, man, I want to share this shit with everybody, man. This is what hip hop's supposed to be about, man. Sharing it with the world, man. And if they like it, that's great, man. If they don't like it, that's even better.
Oh man, yo, Khujo, it's difficult because as you're telling me that, I'm already like typing this out, man. So we are going to definitely be breaking this, man. Letting everybody know. And look, I know I pushed it close to 30 minutes, man, but just realize, we're gonna have to reconnect and talk more about the project, man. As you get more comfortable, I know you got some more visuals and new tunes that you want to let loose, man. But super hyped up, man. I can't wait to break this, to let folks know, to circle. I mean, come on, man. Starting the year off right with a Khujo project, man. We had to wait 2021, and now we got a new project on deck. I'm hyped.
Gotta feed the people, man. Gotta feed them while you can feed them, man. Gotta feed them while you can feed them, man.
Look, we'll just leave it at that right there, because that's a massive, because I'm gonna get greedy. I'm gonna ask about production. I want to know, is this a solo? Is there a little bit of Goodie Mob presence on there?
We come back next go around, man.
Yo, Khujo, I can't thank you enough. Yo, we're gonna chop this and get this rocking and rolling today ASAP, man. So I appreciate it. I can't thank you enough.
Let me shout out the producers on these two songs.
Okay.
On Still Hear Me. That's my homeboy named Kojak, man. So you can holler at him on IG at Kojack, Kojak. And then the one that did this Boy Stop, that's my homeboy Dr. Freakington. You know what I mean? So you definitely can get him on IG at Dr. Freak. You feel me?
Okay. Yo, we will make sure we have that included. Khujo, I can't thank you enough. Yo, hold on. Let me hit stop on. And oh my goodness, there you have it. So many gems were placed on the table from the one and only Khujo. Yes, new project on deck, new singles on deck, videos galore. Goodie Mob still doing their thing. So much amazing stuff going down. Shout out to the one and only Khujo. Please stay tuned. Plenty more updates on deck.